The first time I ever remember feeling nostalgic was when I saw this commercial.
Get rid of the silly jewelry.
Ooh, silly!
Did I say silly? Cut! The taste that made A&W famous.
Mr. T was my favorite celebrity in Hollywood, and his biggest days at that point were about a decade earlier when he was the star of the A-Team and the villain in Rocky III. In the first couple years of the 1990s, A&W did several of these commercials to promote either their root beer or their cream soda. All of the shots would have a close-up of the product and then a frazzled voice of the director because the talent who's off screen is doing something they're not supposed to be doing.
I'm sorry, an old habit.
They brought back Mr. Whipple, who had been doing commercials for Charmin from 1964 until 1985.
Like my t-shirt?
Please don't squeeze the Charmin. Squeeze me instead. Great idea, Mr. Whipple.
Watch this. Please don't squeeze the Charmin. See? Squeeze me instead.
Okay, Mr. Whipple. Hello, Mrs. Whipple. Joe.
Two of these commercials I cannot find. One of them starred David Leisure as Joe Isuzu.
It gets 94 miles per gallon city, 112 highway. Its top speed is 300 miles per hour. And Isuzu dealers have millions in stock.
He had done these Joe Isuzu spots for 4 years and actually had just ended right before this campaign for A&W.
Who could ask for anything more?
Ask him if it has a 5-speed transmission like Isuzu.
Despite those commercials being so high profile and so memorable, they were actually considered to be a failure for Isuzu because their sales didn't go up at all. His A&W commercial I do remember, but I can't find it. I know that there was a joke that he said each can came with an original copy of the Mona Lisa. They also had a spot with Madge the manicurist. She did the Palmolive commercials.
It softens your hands while you do the dishes. You're soaking in it.
Dishwashing liquid?
It's Palmolive.
She was played by a woman named Jan Miner, who was a Broadway actress with quite a career before she started doing these commercials, but she became the longest running spokesperson in the history of television. Her commercial, which I also can't find, she kept sticking her hand in the A&W Root Beer. What I thought was so clever about these commercials was that they didn't actually use the catchphrase from the other commercials. They just hinted at it.
Frosty mug.
What are you, nuts?
No, actually, we're fruit.
Fruit of the Loom started using these characters in commercials in the 1970s. They were actually still using them in the 90s, and I think they still use them today. I think Fruit of the Loom probably saw this as a free advertisement. Half a decade before this, Clara Peller was the Where's the Beef lady.
Where's the beef?
She was signed to a contract that allowed her to do other ads as long as they weren't directly competing.
We don't know how to tell you this, but your dog food doesn't have any meat.
No, meat.
She also did commercials for Ben's mosquito spray.
Where's the Ben?
But when she did a commercial for Prego tomato sauce and said this,
I found it.
Real beef. It's in there in new Prego Plus spaghetti sauce with beef and onions.
I really found it.
Wendy's fired her. Unfortunately, Clara Peller had passed away by this point, or I'm sure they would have asked her to do this. She worked with Mr. T once before. She was the ring announcer, I believe, at the WrestleMania where he fought Roddy Piper. Mr. T wasn't really known for commercials, but he had done a few of them. He did a very funny Burger King commercial.
I like the Whopper the way it was. Fool.
The new Whopper has more beef than ever. More beef than Big Mac or Wendy's single. And it beat them both for best taste.
More beef? Better taste?
The new Whopper.
Okay, fool. It's good. I'll let you live.
And you probably remember his Just Say No PSA.
I get angry just thinking about it makes me mad. Little kids doing drugs, it turns my stomach.
The final commercial starred Ron Luciano.
All right, we all make mistakes.
Marker?
Action. What do you need, glasses or are you just stupid?
I've been told both.
Ron was calling baseball games from the late 60s to the late 70s. He was very famous for his theatrical calls. I'm pretty sure he's what Leslie Nielsen was making fun of in The Naked Gun. That was the last commercial from that A&W campaign, and quickly after that, they did the very famous ad campaign with Mr. Dumas.
So, am I your man, Mr. Dumbass?
The name is Dumas.
That's pretty thick-headed, but nothing compared to the rich, thick, frosty mug taste of an A&W Root Beer.
I do like a root beer, and I love the A&W brand. I love the Great Root Beer Bear. There's a series that's supposed to look like movies, but he would show up in the middle of it like it's a Western. Here comes the Root Beer Bear. It's a Star Trek episode. Here comes the Root Beer Bear. I want to thank everybody that subscribes to my Patreon page. You can go ahead, go over there, join for free. I've got some bonus stuff over there. I try to put a new blog every single day for everybody on there. And if you bump up your membership to $3 a month, I'll send you a postcard in the mail every single month. Maybe go up a little higher, $9 a month. I will send you an envelope full of retro goodness in the mail every month. You get your own membership card as well. Please go check it out. You can join the club. You can be like Aaron Wester, Al, Archer, Bucky and Oliver, Carson Loveridge, Dana Snyder, Jamie and Tom, Jen, Matthew Chapin, Mike and Jess, my brother Rob, and Robert Barry, newest member. So go over there and sign up today. In a moment, a couple videos are going to pop up. On this side will be a video I recently did about a Palmolive commercial from the 1980s where they took a chandelier and they dipped it in pancake batter, let it dry, and then put it in a dishwasher. It's a great commercial. I had a lot of fun with it. Got to dig into the history of that commercial as well as testing it to see if it really worked. It's a lot of fun. You can check it out right here. Otherwise, YouTube says that this one is what is best for you. I'll see you next time.